What's up, everybody? It is Luca Brasi. First of all, happy holidays to everybody. Hope everybody had a good holiday and a good one coming up. It's almost New Year's, so stay safe, folks. But for the fitness snippet today, I want to talk just briefly about breathing technique, okay? And proper breathing, okay? Especially during workout, okay? But uh, one of the things that I find that a lot of people have the hardest time with when they're actually in physically working out, okay, and they're in the process, they're in the middle of a workout, is breathing technique, okay? Form sometimes gets questionable too, but that's what people hire trainers for, to learn proper breathing technique and proper form and things like that. So form sometimes is a little questionable, but breathing is another thing that, like, a lot of people, it's not the first thing you think about when you think about working out or fitness. You don't think about, I got to make sure my breathing technique is good. Most people don't think that way. The reason why I do is, number one, because I'm a professional. That's number one. Number two, because that's one of the things that my coach, Keith Nautel, instilled in me when I was young, was proper breathing technique. I remember he didn't want me to compete right away when I was like 14. He waited until I was about 15, and at first he didn't tell me why, but then he told me that my breathing technique was not where I needed to be yet to get into competition. And when I did get into competition, I never got beat. Okay, I was a powerlifting champion and all this different stuff. I've been very successful in fitness, and it's because I pay attention to these little things like that, okay? And breathing is not a little thing. Without breathing, there is no life, okay? But proper breathing technique is so important. So if you don't know how to breathe properly when you're training, okay, if you find yourself out of breath constantly, or you find yourself holding your breath, like a lot of people do that when they're struggling to get weight up and stuff, they don't breathe, okay? You have to breathe to give your muscles the oxygen they need in order to perform, okay? So that's why breathing is so important. General rule is most of the time when you're doing especially resistance training, okay, when you're doing running, okay, like cardio stuff, proper breathing technique is just staying consistent, keeping your breathing consistent through the duration. During exercise, like weight exercise, okay, especially with weightlifting, okay, it's generally you breathe in on the negative and out on the positive. So for example, a bench press, okay, you would breathe in when you're bringing the weight down to your chest, you would breathe out when you're pushing the weight up away from your chest, okay? So remember, on the negative of the rep, you're breathing in, on the positive, you're breathing out, okay? And it's really that simple, but it's just something a lot of people don't understand. There's different ways to breathe. Like when you're doing powerlifting, it's your breathing is very it's very like it's more intense, okay? It's more intense type of working out. But that's a general rule of thumb. In on the negative, out on the positive, okay? So I just want to leave you folks with that for today. This is Luca Brasi signing out. Peace and pal.